Samarth has talked a lot about the infrastructure, and I'm going to give some applications. Next slide. So you know all these names? Yes? Okay. A quiz question. Tell me some parts of your body. How many said mobile? Is mobile part of your body? No? Can you live without mobile then? For a day? Yes? We will see. We'll see. Okay? So these are all the new technologies. Mobile, cloud, big data, social, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, analytics, and so on. Okay? I'm sure you all would have studied some of these things in your academic career, right? Yes? Okay. All right. What's happening? See, traditionally, in the past, the information technology always used to support the businesses. Okay? So the business used to develop the strategies that used to be supported by the information technology. But things have changed. Now technology is driving the business strategies. The way how companies are doing their business activities is driven by the technologies. So you all know about Ola? How many cars the Ola company owns? Can you tell me? 0. Airbnb? It's okay. Oyo hotels. You know Oyo hotels? They don't own hotels. So it's a new business model which is established. How? It is by leveraging the technology. These digital technologies are helping the companies to build new and new business models. So their overall business operations are changing. Okay? And that's how they are creating the new norm in conducting their business operations. Next slide. Do these digital technologies work in silos? No. Whatever you have seen on the second slide, big data or IoT or mobile, they can't work in silos. They need to work in an integrated fashion to deliver the business results. Okay? How you can do it? You need to build the enterprise architecture. When you talk about a new building, a new, whatever, 15-story building or 20-story apartment building, they build architecture, right? Yes? Similarly, companies need to build the architecture for their enterprises. That is called enterprise architecture. Okay? Enterprise architecture is one of the important upcoming areas. And this enterprise architects helps to connect, okay, all these different available technologies, integrate them, and help in building a solution or solutions to deliver the business results. Okay? Next slide. So there are few important things when you are learning about technology, emerging technologies. Any technology, whatever you are learning, should help in delivering business value, delivering the business objectives for the company. Okay? You understand this subject? No? You don't know. All right. Why do companies exist? There are several objectives for the companies, right? There are goals for the companies. They want to make more profit. They want to deliver better services to the citizens or customers, and so on. Okay? You take any company, they are having a business strategy, right or wrong? Yes? Okay. So for example, take your university, your college. They have business goals, right? They want to get maximum placements. Yes? That's a goal for the university. And they want to get the best in class faculty members. Yes? That's also a business goal. And they want to file a lot of patents. Do you know meaning of patent? Yes? So these are all different goals. So all these technologies should help the company or the organization to achieve these type of goals. Okay? That's very, very important. So if you learn something on big data or IoT or analytics, it doesn't make sense. You need to help them to achieve their goals. Take the case of some of the retail stores. Say, for example, Ratnadeep or More or any such stores, okay? Or Reliance Fresh. They also have some objectives. They want to make more revenues. They want to serve their customers better. So it's very important to understand that. All right? Thank you. Next slide, please. Now let me talk about some of the applications of digital technologies. Okay? Next slide. Big data. I have picked up some of the recent examples. Big data is very big, right? It covers structured and unstructured data. You know about it? Okay? So let's take the case of CCTV cameras. A couple of weeks ago, there was an incident in one of the hospitals. A child was abducted. You read this? Yes? And how did the police catch that? Using CCTV cameras. Okay? So, if we have big data, all the CCTV cameras can pump in their video footages to the big data system. And through image recognition, that's pick up an image and you want to search across thousands of videos and see where that particular person or the image is matching. Okay, let's say a suspect is coming into the city and the police department comes to know about it. Okay, a terrorist or a suspect is coming into the city. And they want to trace it very, very quickly. Not like after conducting 1 week of review or 2 weeks of review. By 2 weeks, this person would have gone to some other location. They want to do it very quickly. Within 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they want to know where that person is and just go and find out. That's a type of business example where big data can solve. Okay? Very, very important utilities of big data are there. Here in this example, CCTV cameras are all IP driven. IP address based cameras are there nowadays. So that's nothing but Internet of Things. And when you talk about image recognition, that's a part of artificial intelligence. So when I told you these technologies can't work in isolation, they have to work together. This is a classic example. Second thing is call record retrieval. You know the meaning of call record? All right? So someone is making a call and speaking about a specific aspect that needs to be submitted in the court as an evidence. And the police department or the court gives an instruction to the telecom operator saying that, give me this call record within next 24 hours. Okay? That's a classic example. You know how many call records will be there with a service provider like Airtel? Thousands? Millions? Yes. So across the million call records, given a particular voice, how do you capture that and how do you trace that? Okay? And this is also, another example is that this is very important, in particular for the border forces or the army. Okay? They want to track some of the conversations which are happening and they want to see where the source is and they want to go and immediately, within a very short period of time, they would like to go and find out the person. That's a type of example. Okay? Take another example, okay? Every day, several thousands of people enter into the United States of America. I'm sure you all would like to travel to USA, right? No? Oh, okay, that's very nice. India gives a lot more opportunities, okay? Say, a country would like to conduct the criminal background check of an individual at the time of arrival into the country. So typically, when someone comes into the, and is at the port of entry, the immigration process actually takes about 1 minute or less than 1 minute. Within that 1 minute, the officer would like to know if there is any criminal background for that particular individual. If yes, they will detain the person, they will not allow the person to come into the country. So how is it possible? It's possible only when you use big data systems. So that search of that particular individual detail should be happening against the criminal records, okay, or the suspect records within a very, very short, okay, time. Let's say your university wants to give some PhD degree, okay, you apply for a PhD. They want to ensure that you are not copy-pasted from the previous PhD reports, okay? Can they do it physically? No? Okay. So how is it possible? You can put all the PhD reports, thesis reports into a big data system, and your report can be compared paragraph by paragraph or statement by statement very quickly by doing natural language process comparison. Okay? So that's another example. Next slide. Is the subject interesting or no? Yes? Okay, last one. So I'm going to bore you, okay, with some more examples. You all have washing machines at home? Okay, what happens when the washing machine goes down? In how many days it gets resolved? 1 day, 2 days? 2 days? All right. Think of a situation. The washing machine is expected to break down, and the company comes to know about it even before the washing machine breaks down. They call you, take an appointment, come and fix the problem before it gets breakdown. Will you be happy or not happy? Yes? That is possible using Internet of Things. Nowadays, several of these equipment, washing machine, fridge or TV, they're all coming with IP address. So what the company can do is they can periodically get the health condition of that equipment, and they do the analysis, and based on the analysis they predict if a particular washing machine or a fridge in a particular house is expected to go down, expected to break down by looking at the symptoms, various symptoms which are getting transmitted using the Internet of Things, IoT devices which are sitting on the machine. And they can go and solve the problem even before the problem arrives. Okay? That's a way how IoT can help in delivering better support services for the products. In the last 3 years, you would have seen there were several train collisions in India. Yes? You would have read this. And there were cases where a train was stationed at on the platform. It was stationed and it was about to leave after another 10-15 minutes. Another train comes behind and rams it. It had happened in Uttar Pradesh or Bihar. Can we control these type of problems? Is it possible? Yes? Okay. How is it possible? We can use technologies like IoT. Okay? If we install IoT devices on these trains, the train coming behind continuously can find out if there is any train ahead of that. Okay? This is a simple example. And it knows the speed at which it is traveling. It knows how many minutes or seconds it will take to reach that next train. Okay? Then what it can do, the technology you can make it beautiful. The IoT device, normally it can raise an alarm to the driver, correct? All right? But it can, there is a manual intervention is required. But instead of manual intervention, you can build a system where automatically it sends signals to apply the brake, and brakes can be applied and the collision can be averted. You want to build these type of systems? Yes? Or you find it's all theory? I think silence. You can build these type of technologies. You can build these type of systems. Whatever examples I am giving today, go back and think about it. They will help in building wonderful services in India. Okay, it is going to improve the quality of life in India. There are IoT devices which one can implant in the body. You know that? Yes? No? Yes or no? Okay. There are devices. The device can continuously monitor the BP and other vitals, body vitals. And it can predict if a person is going to get a heart attack in next 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, based on the parameters. And we can build a system where it can send automatically a call to the doctor and the hospital. Hospital can send ambulance nearest to that particular person's house, and someone can come into the house and say, "Hello, Mr. So-and-so, you're about to get a heart attack. Come and join the hospital." It is possible. Okay? It's reality. In fact, a lot of such examples come in Hindu paper, Hindu newspaper. Every week there's a one-day technology-related articles do come. And I do read another business magazine called Mint. A lot of such devices are getting manufactured in India nowadays. Next slide. All right? I think there's a lot of crosstalk is happening. So request you to please bear for some more time. Samartha has talked a lot about telecom network. Okay? Let's say a tower goes down. Can you predict a tower going down before it actually breaks down? If a tower goes down means it cannot provide the services to the customers nearby. And people, including you all, will become very unhappy customers. So we can build predictive analytics to capture that information before a tower breaks down and send the technician to fix the problem. You all know about the chatbots? How many of you know about chatbot? Raise your hand. 1. You log on to several websites, it pops up a message saying that, "Hello, I am Diana, I want to, okay, how can I help you?" Right? So that's nothing but a conversation, okay? So do you think there is really a person available on the other side? No. It's a computer system talking to individual. All right? Then we can actually improve and provide several services by building artificial intelligence systems. Nowadays, if we see, let's take some examples of car manufacturer. A car manufacturer comes out with a new model. What happens the moment the new model photos and launch happens, lot of positive or negative messages will keep going in the social media. They will give a lot of comments, okay, this is good or this is not good, this particular feature is not good, and so on. Companies can build natural language processing based systems to capture all these sentiments that can help in designing better products. Okay? So whatever comments you give in your social media, in your Facebook or Twitter, and talk about a particular product, it's very important for the company to capture that feedback. It's nowadays the social media input is a very important feedback. Next slide. You know the very, very toughest and dangerous disease? What is a dangerous disease? Cancer? Yes? Several thousands of people in India are suffering with cancer. We can build the type of systems, okay? We can take the data of all these, the health-related data of all these cancer patients, analyze that, build systems which can help the doctors in giving better diagnosis and better medical care for the upcoming patients. This type of artificial intelligence systems we can build. And there is a lot of research happening in this area. In particular, companies are working together and they are working with hospitals. There are some products available in this space where the computer-based systems are helping the doctors to analyze the case in a much better way by looking back into the historical data of the patients. Do you buy online? All right. So if you see several websites, they retain your previous buying transactions. They understand your buying behavior over a period of time. And they correlate. When you are buying a particular item, they also suggest you to buy other relevant items. Let's say you are buying a football. They come and suggest the type of socks what you should buy, or the shoes what you should buy. Okay, that's how is it possible? It's nothing but by capturing the relevant buying behavior and then suggesting the customer. Next slide. Have you heard about drones? Yes? Are you doing some work? Do you have some project works related to drones? Pilots? Drones are not yet allowed in India. But government is using for specific purposes. Take the examples. Suppose government wants to monitor the national highways which are being constructed. Nowadays, I think every day, per day around 15, 16 kilometers are getting constructed. If the government wants to do the monitoring of these projects, is it physically possible to do this monitoring? But if they use drone technology, a drone can go, take the pictures and give it to the big data system, and we can analyze the progress which has been made from last week to this week on a particular project. Whether the road has been constructed, are they using right material, and so on. Several times, the railway accidents do happen because of removal of something called fish plates. You would have read, right? Can we monitor physically? Today, in fact, from point to point, railways sends their people, their workers, to go physically and monitor that. If we use drones technology, one drone can travel for something like 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers in a very short time, take all the pictures, and then we can do some image recognition activity. Wherever there is a fish plate removed, immediately that particular nearest station can be alerted. And we can also integrate it with other technologies, send a signal to the nearest train which is approaching that particular point and ask them to stop. So there are a lot of technologies which are available for us to utilize. The other example is farm disease and soil nutrition prediction in agriculture. How many of you are from agriculture background families? Raise your hand. All right. Okay. Several farmers in this country are not able to make good returns from their agriculture business because the farms are getting some diseases, or they do not know what is the soil quality, what type of nutrients are already available in the soil, what type of product they should grow in that particular soil, and so on. We can use drones technology. Drones can take the pictures. They can take the pictures of the crop which has grown and the type of diseases, and we can actually suggest the farmer saying that you should, this particular disease has already started and it is at this stage, you should apply this type of care for this particular farm. Those type of technologies available, and we should utilize that. Next slide. Now let me talk about very quickly about architecture. When I started, I told all these technologies need to work in an integrated fashion. That is possible by leveraging the enterprise architecture. Okay? And I would like to mention that some of the universities and colleges in India have already taken enterprise architecture as an elective subject. In Hyderabad, Anurag group of institutions have already adopted it. In Bombay, SP Jain UK University has also adapted it. There are several universities which have taken up this as a subject. So you can go back and discuss with your universities and see if they would like to take up this as a subject, okay, in your curriculum. And this is very important to learn. It has got 4 different domains: building the business architecture, application architecture, technology architecture, and data architecture. Next slide. There is a methodology called the Open Group Architecture Framework, which is from the Open Group, which is a professional body, and that is built on open standards. It's vendor neutral and it's open standards. And some of the colleges have started learning and about this TOGAF-based enterprise architecture methodologies. And they're also giving projects to their students to build architecture for some of the systems. So I recommend you to learn this particular area, if possible, during your curriculum time. Otherwise, when you get into job, this is an area which you should certainly learn. Okay, that will help you to build holistic systems. That's it. So the summary is digital technologies. There are a lot of applications. You normally would have read a lot about driverless cars. Okay, that's what you read every day in the newspapers. But there are a lot of other applications of the digital technologies into each and every part of your life, whether it is you are doing a retail business, or you are doing healthcare business, or you are doing farming business. You can apply all these technologies and improve the quality of the life of the citizen. Thank you very much.